Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 42 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name's Gage, and I'm here with Dan, of course. Dan, how are you doing? Oh, you're muted, Dan.
Gotta unmute my mic. I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a fun week. Happy Halloween to everyone out there. Hopefully, you guys can guess our costumes. We put them together pretty quickly, but I think
Spur of the moment.
Absolutely. So for anyone new here, we do these live streams every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific to make sure that we answer your questions, get your feedback, and use our own products so that we are familiar with it and make sure it's the best experience possible. And then there's 3 pillars of StreamYard that we go through every single week, and those are ease of use, stability, and professional-looking streams. So if you're about those 3 things, StreamYard is probably the tool for you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Hey, Dave. NLTM, NLTMW slashing penalty, absolutely. SOB, thanks for tuning in. Michael, Beauty Bubble. Hope everyone's having a nice evening. I want to give a quick shout out to Venn Interactive Media, it's a company run by a gentleman named Vincent, who's been helping us test various things, and he's also the producer for Hanson vs. Predator, and he's helped facilitate that. So thanks, Vincent. And his company does web design and SEO and lots of those types of services. So if you're interested in any of that, check out that company.
Very cool.
One quick thing that we wanted to touch on, because there's been some confusion about it, and it seemed like it happened very recently. So this isn't for sure the case. It just seems like what has happened is that Facebook has started hiding not the live view counts, but the overall viewership number at the end of the video. So like if you go watch a past broadcast, and it won't show how many people have viewed the video, of any type of video, actually. Even if you just upload a video, it no longer seems to be showing view counts, so just something to be aware of. I don't know if it's a permanent thing or what exactly is going on, but so keep that in mind. And then just an update of the things that have come recently. Over the last 2 weeks, there was multi-streaming and recording. I'm really enjoying recording, and it's cool seeing people use it. I've seen a few different people do podcasts for the first time, which I was really hoping would happen. So it's cool to actually see that happen. People that had a live stream, and it's like, oh, why not? I can just download the audio. I can turn this into a podcast. I think I've actually seen three new ones so far, so that's pretty cool.
Right on. Yeah.
And then some people have also are not sure where to download your broadcast. There's 2. Do you want to talk about where you can download them, Dan? There's 2 different places, right?
Yeah. So easiest one is right after you've finished. So you top right corner in the studio, you've clicked End Broadcast. There'll just be a little drop down that just says links. So say you went to like Facebook and YouTube, plus it's recorded. Inside that links, there'll be like view on Facebook, view on YouTube, download recording. So that's in the studio right after you finish. And then also on your dashboard. So maybe you're coming back to do a broadcast later, or it's the next day. On your dashboard, there's all your upcoming broadcasts, but there's a tab to past broadcasts. And just in there, there'll be another little drop down next to the broadcast. You can download it there as well.
Absolutely. And then also keep in mind that another cool feature is that you don't have to go live if you don't want to. So if you just quickly want to record an interview without actually broadcasting it, when you go to create a broadcast, there's a little option that says skip record only. And that's a great way to just I think there's a name for it in like broadcast television. I can't remember what the type of recording is, but basically a live take where you just do one long recording session and then you can edit it afterwards if you'd like to do that. Another question I wanted to ask is just how multi-streaming is going. We've worked on it for so long that sometimes we forget how new it actually is. So it was actually only 2 weeks ago that we released it. So if you guys have any feedback on it or things you'd like to see with it, let us know. One change that actually just happened with it is comments now show the platforms, which it's a pretty subtle change, so maybe you didn't notice it actually. Thanks, Shannon, for joining us. Nice to see you here. So yeah, you see in the corner there's the little YouTube symbol, or for Facebook, it shows the little Facebook symbol. And I'll change the theme so you can see how it looks with the other style of comment. So with the larger comments, it's a little bit bigger. You get the idea.
I'm a big fan as a guest. As soon as you started putting up comments, I just immediately felt much better. Like, okay, there's an avatar. Plus, I know where it is.
It's funny because it doesn't seem like it would matter that much, but it is nice. I feel like it gives a certain amount of context knowing where the person's. I don't have evidence to prove that, but it just I don't know. It's information I feel like I want to know for some reason when someone leaves a comment. One exciting change that we're currently working on, and we'd like to get some feedback from you guys on, is moderation options in the studio. It's been something you guys have requested for a very long time, especially, well, it's been Facebook and YouTube, but probably a bit more vocal on YouTube because of the anonymity factor on YouTube leads to more troll type problems. So you're actually going to be able to have some moderation features directly in StreamYard. It's just going to be in the comments section. There'll be a little drop down where you can. So this is partly what we want to ask you. What features do you actually need here? We were planning on starting with basically the ability to time out problematic people. So they'll just be in the drop down the option to delete the comment or time them out for 2 minutes or ban them completely, were the three options we were considering, right, Dan?
Yeah, so basically you're getting in comments from, let's say, YouTube and Facebook, and they're just showing up in the chat inside StreamYard. If somebody posts something you don't like, and let's say it's like a totally fine person, but somebody you don't like, you'll be able to delete that. Now, I'm not sure if we'll have that for YouTube initially. YouTube has a few issues with that. It just doesn't work very well. Facebook will definitely add that. But yeah, the other one is permanently ban this person. So like if you're streaming to a Facebook page, it'll just permanently ban them from the page. If it's YouTube, it'll permanently ban them from all your chats. And then for YouTube specifically, there'll be a timeout. So that would be, don't let this person comment for 5 minutes, let's say. And yeah, I don't know if there's other things you guys are used to actually on YouTube, but I think that's most of the options the platforms themselves give you.
Yeah, I'd be curious, as for those of you that moderate in other people's channels, or that do the moderation yourself. I'm curious, what do you find yourself using most frequently? Like, what's the most useful feature? Like, do you just immediately just ban people usually, or do you actually use the timeout feature? We're curious about things like that.
Yeah, very.
3D Printing says, what state are you guys in? So I'm actually out of town at the moment, but normally we're both in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, which is where Dan is right now. Yeah, near Vancouver. But right now I'm in Oregon, Portland, Oregon. Nerfin Scene bought it last week. Great fun so far. Thank you guys. Awesome to hear that. Thanks for tuning in, Joe. Solve the Troll, appreciate y'all. I have a concern though. I am somewhat moral troll for truth. I ask tough questions to streamers that are potentially scammers. So the issue is, it seems, the stream host. I'm not sure I'm fully following, but hopefully moderation type, the moderation feature will help you moderate more effectively. If you just mean, maybe you mean you need the ability to boot people out or something like that, which is also on our radar. Maybe if you can provide me a bit more clarification about the question. Ryan, thank you very much.
I like that we're talking about chat moderation and you've got that referee shirt on.
Yeah. Good
It's a very official conversation. There will be no more trolls.
Yeah, put them in the penalty box for a few minutes. Sometimes there's minors, sometimes there's majors for more time. All right. So yeah, if you guys have any more questions for us, let us know. My mouse is acting up for a second here, so just give me 1 second. You want to check out the chat for a second, Dan?
Of course.
I'm on a new computer and my mouse is acting up.
All right, so I can't show comments, but I can definitely read them. I personally, though, I don't.
Oh, there we go.
Before, as a guest, I don't like seeing the comments. Listen, when you ask me to look over at them, they're not open for me. And I'd actually be curious for you guys, like when you're a guest or when you have guests, if they like seeing the comments. It's very cool. Like every now and then, like right now, I want to be able to check them, but I find it distracting most of the time. All right.
Michael says, I would love to have all chat in all platforms like StreamYard does with a bot. Oh, I see. Like a way to relay the chat to the other tool or other platforms. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing your name right. Rochelle, maybe. I doubt that's right. Love it. StreamYard, thank you very much. Ryan says, just started multi-streaming on YouTube and FB and realized the comments from FB don't show when we went into settings and the drop-down is still grayed out. So Ryan, I'm guessing you're streaming to maybe a profile or a group. So if it's a profile, sometimes what people run into is when they initially connect StreamYard, they have it set to like friends only instead of public. It's pretty easy to fix. You just if you just go to the StreamYard docs, that you just reauthorize StreamYard and make sure you have it set to public, and that will allow you to get all the comments from the profile. If it's a group, Facebook has some extra privacy settings for groups, so we can only actually show the avatar if they click this permissions link. Hopefully that answers your question.
And for just to add as well, like for posting comments, so you want to type something out inside StreamYard and send it out, Facebook just straight up doesn't allow posting to groups or profiles. So a lot of groups and profile limitations, unfortunately. Part of Facebook's security crackdown was that a year ago now, a year and a half.
Yeah, around that. After all that stuff happened, I definitely highly recommend Pages after all of that. It's just the easiest way to make sure everything is smooth. And then on your end, beyond just the comments, Facebook gives you way more tools on your page as far as like analytics and being able to create ads and find information like that. They sort of frown upon you doing any sort of business stuff on profiles, although a lot of people do that. Michael says, please move videos above the comments. We have a guest every week and they're covered up. Yep, it's on the list of to-dos.
Yeah, that one's getting higher and higher.
Nerfenstein says, I've been wondering about webcam screen size. I've seen some people using it and their images are small, what I prefer, and some are large. Is that in the options somewhere? Yeah, so I'm guessing you mean the layout. So I can change, like Dan and I are larger now, or we're in this layout. So if you're in the StreamYard studio, you'll see layout buttons below the video that you can use to change whether you're large or small, and you can even like full screen individual people. Like I can full screen myself if I want to do that. Mr. Gonzo, I don't have a date for you on that, but it's certainly something we're discussing. I'd be curious, Mr. Gonzo, what's your setup like? Like, and what kind of computer are you using? Do you generally do do you have an actual green screen, or do you just do it without the actual green screen and have software that sort of does a best effort? I'd be curious. Raw and Uncut says, why can't we plug in DSLR cameras? So that you can use something like a capture card, like a cam link to plug it in directly as a webcam, and then it will work. The reason why you can't just immediately use them is because StreamYard is based in the browser, so we can only pick up cameras that Chrome's able to recognize, and Chrome isn't able to pick up DSLR cameras unless it's going through a cam link or something like that. Aphrodite says, is that record feature on the free version or premium only? It's on the basic and professional plans and not the free plan. So yes, it's a premium feature. Ryan Shutt says, what are the banners? The banners are basically lower. You can type out, we call them lower thirds or banners. They're things you can just type out as call to actions or to. I actually really like them just for basically structuring what I'm going to talk about. So every time we do one of these town halls, I come in here a few minutes early and just type out all my banners, and it's essentially just outlines all the topics I want to cover. And then if there's a call to action, that will also be in there as well. Hopefully that answers.
And you want to just show one real quick, one of the older ones?
Yes. My mouse is acting a bit weird, so it's hard for me to do right now. I'll do it towards the end.
Okay. Yeah, you get that thing where you can't click like the right side of your monitor.
Yeah, my monitor is messed up. Yeah. Hey, Yehudit, thanks for tuning in. Who usually moderates StreamYard's Messenger? Us, usually. So we probably need to do a better job assigning moderators. But yeah, right now, if there's someone problematic, which there have been a couple in the past, we'll just pop over there and time them out. April says, what are the next enhancements coming for StreamYard that are higher up on the roadmap? Maybe this might have come before we were chatting about it, but there's a lot of things we have planned out. The ones that the one that we're publicly talking about right now is moderation directly from the studio. Jeff
But
says
there's many.
yeah, there are a lot of. Jeff says Black Magic Studio. I'm guessing that's what Jeff uses for. I think that's another option for bringing in DSLRs.
Mhm.
Mr. Gonzo says yes, I have a physical green screen. Victor says, will you ever work on Safari? At some point, we probably will, right, Dan?
Yeah, so Safari is an interesting one. Our product actually works on Safari. Like that's how we're able to get guests on. Like I mean, it physically works on Safari, which is how we're able to get guests on iOS and stuff. But there's like some complications on desktop with it, just a few bugs that are kind of nasty, and then it just genuinely works much better on Chrome. So
Firefox works pretty well too.
Firefox works pretty good too. Chrome is the best typically. There's a few things that Firefox does better though. But yeah, just like it's in terms of video stuff, it's not nearly as good. So the experience for most people wouldn't be as good. But
they are updating it though. Yeah,
so it is getting better. And like we are in contact with a lot of the developers that work on the video tech of Safari, and we worked with them. That's how we were able to get like an iOS guest experience. So they're definitely improving it. So I hope pretty soon it's good enough that we have no problem recommending it. But for now, it's turned off.
When can we remove the name tags on videos? So you can hide them at any time. So if you just go to the brand section and scroll to the very bottom, there's a little slider to hide the names. So you can hide those if you want. Michael says, how did you add the pumpkin in the banner? It's just an emoji. I just copied and pasted a pumpkin emoji, if that makes sense, Michael.
And you make the banner. Oh no, sorry, Ben. I was thinking the thing at the start, the overlay.
Oh no, the overlay, it's an actual picture, but for the banner, it's as if I just typed in a pumpkin emoji.
Yeah. On Mac, it's actually I have like weird hotkeys on my computer, but for me, it's Command Option Space to type out emojis.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the exact one for a pumpkin. I was like, how? Why do you know the hotkey for a pumpkin? I would be impressed. Someone asked, any updates on Stream Deck support? This looks like a good time for Stream Deck support. We would before Stream Deck support, there'll be hotkeys. So that will come. Hotkeys will come first, and then we'll look into to the Stream Deck stuff. Joe says, would really like the ability to have more than one picture on screen at a time. So I'm guessing, Joe, you kind of mean like multiple screen shares or something like that, because technically you can kind of do that with the overlays. Like you can sort of put whatever you want on the screen with the overlays, but you can't really adjust videos to accommodate for that. We would like to add other methods for sharing images in addition to screen sharing. So hopefully that will address what you're looking for. Hey, Lady Veronica, thanks for tuning in. Catherine says, when can we use the program via mobile? I know guests can beta. Yes, guests can join via mobile in StreamYard, but you have to host from desktop or laptop at this time. I don't have a date, but it is something that we'd like to add. I know a lot of people. It continues to surprise me how many people they just don't own a laptop or desktop at all. So we would like to accommodate everyone. It's something we will add. I don't have a date, but it's mostly just a matter of designing the interface and making sure that we don't want to put something out there that isn't a great experience. And it's a tiny screen, so it takes some effort to think through like, how are we gonna fit all these features onto such a tiny screen? But at some point it will come. Odonto Money says, is it possible to stream pre-recorded video and multi-stream it? It is possible, but there's not. I mean, it's possible, but there's not a feature specifically for it on StreamYard. So technically, you could do it by sharing your screen, sharing a pre-recorded video as a screen share and streaming that out. I wouldn't recommend it, and some of the platforms have rules against pre-recorded video. At the very least, you have to actually say that this is a pre-recorded video, or at least that's in the rules. But it is possible. Lady Veronica says, I like that mic, Gage Vanentop. It's yeah, I like it too. It's a Blue Yeti mic. Thanks, Russ. Hope you're doing well too. Spectrum says, any updates on the bell to let us know when guests are coming in? I forgot about that one. we don't have any updates for you, but well, it's on the list of things to address. I do get it. It's hard if you don't know when someone's joining, it's easy to sort of forget about them at the bottom there since there's no noise. Hey, Jenny, thanks for tuning in. I think we've covered all the topics we're going to get to. The last thing I wanted to mention is that we have some awesome StreamYard shows that go every single week. So on Tuesdays, Rob Balasabas does a show in the StreamYard community group where he interviews members and shows off what they're streaming about and how they're using StreamYard. And on Wednesdays, we have Ross Brand hosting StreamYard Connect on LinkedIn Live, where Ross gives updates about StreamYard and highlights community members. And it's a great show, so make sure you guys tune in to those. And you can find StreamYard Connect just on Ross Brand's LinkedIn profile. So if you just type in Ross Brand into LinkedIn, you'll be able to find them. And then he does after shows on the StreamYard LinkedIn page. Oh yeah, Michael found the pumpkin emoji. Yeah, so it'll just appear just like that. You got it. So I think that covers all our topics tonight. If you guys have any final questions, let us know. Otherwise, we'll wrap things up here and let you get back to your Sunday evening. Any final words we should touch on, Dan?
I don't think so. There's always new and exciting things on the way, though.
Absolutely. I think there'll be, before 2020 comes around, there'll be some other big things coming that we're rolling out. Richard, I'm new, so not 100% sure about functionality, so I'm sorry if this has been asked. No problem at all. Can guests share their screens? Yes, absolutely. Guests can. It looks just like, or it looks and works very similar to how the host screen share. They just have a button at the bottom that they can click, and then the host will see their screen appear at the bottom, and they can choose whether or not they'd like to share the screen. All right, TikTok, thanks for tuning in. April says she caught Rob Balasabas and his guest Brian Kelly. It was chock full of nuggets. Do you think that show might ever be added to your FB page to give more visibility to that great information he is sharing with awesome guests? Perhaps, yeah, that is probably a good idea. The plan was sort of have like exclusive content for each place we're going live to sort of grow things separately, but especially with multi-streaming, that might be a cool idea. So perhaps.
Cool.
Jersey says he's going to start using StreamYard. Fantastic. Richard, thanks for tuning in. Beauty Bubble, thank you very much. I think that covers everything. So this was episode number 47 of the, or not 40. What episode is this, Dan?
I think it's 42.
This is episode 42.
Isn't that the answer to everything, or the?
Oh yeah, I think that's right.
Man, we've been doing this for a while. Good stuff. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's been a good time. Oh,
Can't click?
I can't. I'm having trouble ending.
You can tab around the page. You'll get to it eventually.
Okay.
Just click on the left side in the header. Tab. Should highlight.
Yeah, just a moment.
Most difficulties.
For people laughing at me, I'm on a very old monitor, and the entire parts of the monitor don't work, believe it or not. So
the right third.
It's causing me some issues right now. All right, I think I got it.
All right.
Oh, now it keeps full screen. Maybe I don't got it. Oh, here we go. Okay, this was episode number 42. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you next week, Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific.
See you, everybody.
Thank you. I can actually go here now. There we go. Episode number 42. Bye, everyone.